Willkommen, Jorg Steinert, to Paso del Camino, a project on the Camino Santiago to the Camino Santiago. And it's really a pleasure for me to have the first German pilgrim talking to me to my project. Thank you so much for be open to do this with me. It's really a pleasure, and I hope you enjoyed our talk today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good evening. And yes, it's great that I'm the first German. So there are a lot of Germans on Camino, but I'm the
Yeah.
first on your channel. So very good.
So let's start from the beginning, right? So as a German, of course, the community is full of German, but you as a German, how did you find about what is the Jakowsweg? What is the way of St. James, the Camino Santiago, and why you decided to walk for the first time?
Yeah. There are a lot of people who read a book about the Camino or watched a movie. This was not my way. And
Yeah,
I didn't dream to go the way. But 5 years ago, they finished a relationship, and then I decided, oh, I have to do something for my own and an adventure. And so I have never done before holidays by my own.
yeah,
I have never done a backpacking tour by my own. And I didn't know what is the Camino, the Jakobsweg in detail. So I start for 1 week and I start in a closed group. And after the first day, I thought, oh no, in a closed group, this is not holidays I want to do. And then it was in the Semana Santa, in the Eastern week,
yeah.
in the morning, 5 o'clock, in the Basque country on the North Way. I left this group and say, now I start my own Camino. I do it by my own. And it was raining and it was hard to walk. And I have too much
Stuff.
clothes in my backpack. But it was the greatest adventure I could start. And step by step, I discover what is the difference between hiking and doing a Camino. It's not
Yeah,
the same.
it's not
It's
the same.
much more, much
It's
more.
much
And
more. Do you
but
know?
I didn't thought about it before, so I have to discover it by my
Yeah,
own.
by yourself. Do you know? This is a very common thing to say on the Camino, but actually, it is true. On the Camino, you can't explain to a person who never walked it what is the Camino. You have to feel it.
Yeah,
That's like that. You can try to speak what do you live there, what are the moments, but just being there, it's there. Why you understand our passion about it? Do you know?
yeah, it's a form of spirituality,
Yeah,
the spirit of the Camino. It's you walk, eat, drink, and sleep, and um, you find yourself on the way.
yeah.
Maybe you are searching for God or you are searching for answers in your life, but you find all the time you find yourself. And sometimes it's hard to find yourself, but it's also interesting. And you need a lot of power to do it, but you get the power 5 times back. So I'm addicted to the way since I did this the first time. So I have to do it all my holidays. I walked a lot of ways.
Amazing, amazing. Do you know, like I was saying to you before, I'm really, uh, I know that in German there is like this famous book about the Camino. Um,
I
it's like,
read it at my third Camino, this
yeah,
book, at my
it's because of that there are so many Germans. Okay, I understand that you have a different way of living, a different way to see the life than than the Eastern, the South Europeans. For you, and that was a German pilgrim that told me you are like in most you you earn money to travel to to experience another things. You have like a more open minded to the world, and we right here we work to have a good house, to have a good car, but there it's a way something different. Um, That's why the Germans walk so much the Camino.
I think it's the same all over the world because our world became faster and faster. The internet, the business, the family, and on the Camino, I think there's the possibility to be free. You're connected with the people, but you are free in your decisions. In the morning, I do not know where to sleep in the next night.
Yeah.
But in my real life, and not real life, and in my usual life, I plan the things. I'm very German. I'm very German, and on the way, I'm really relaxed. It comes what comes.
So
And I like the people, and I'm open to the people from every nation, and the people come in contact in peace. We are very different on the way. We are not the same, but we are interested in the differences, and this is very interesting because I live in Berlin, and the people from America, from other continents say, "Cool, you live in Berlin," and say, "Berlin, it's a village." It's a, but not because it's so small. It's a village because we have a lot of conflicts
yeah.
because the differences are not accepted by the people. But it's very important. On the way, there are unemployment people and managers. There are old and young people, religious and non-religious people, and we all come together, and you said it. We feel this. We feel the spirit of the way, and this is also what makes me happy, or helps to be happy.
Yeah, do you know? Actually, I had like this good thing that happened to me on not on yeah, maybe on the first Camino. I can't remember their names right now, but I can look it up. So one, like I said with you, this was in October of 2016, and I told you that on before I start my first Camino, I decided to talk to pilgrims before. And one of the things that I done, my first Camino was on bike, and a few days before, on holiday here in Portugal, I made like this route from Porto to Barcelos on the coastal way, on the coastal Camino, the Portuguese coastal way, and that I just passed for some pilgrims over there, and two of them, it was a mother and his daughter from German. They were Germans, and I talked to them. I talked to them for 10 minutes, and we really connect in 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes,
Yeah.
we really connect. We made friendship. We exchanged the phone numbers, and it was good. It was amazing. So this was 2 weeks before I started my Camino. In So 2 weeks before, 2 weeks later, I start walking the Camino, and and I drive. I ride my bicycle. It was 1 week, through 4 days to go and 4 days to come because I was on bike. So I went and came to my house in bike too, and there are on the Portuguese Camino on the no on the central way, but it's almost the same way because it's after Redondela. When Redondela is the place where the Portuguese Camino and the Portuguese Coastal Camino joins
Mhm.
to be the same, and after that there are like these special wall. It's a stone wall with shelves. I can show it to you because I have a photo here with shelves. Um,
Mhm.
1 minute, just looking out for the
Yeah.
photo. 1 minute. Uh, Not this. This stuck. Mm, where is that picture? I have it right here. So this stone wall. It's almost every pilgrim takes a picture over there. It's really special, full of okay, it's here, uh, full of shells. It's right there. So you can see this wall with full of vieiras, and on that same year, I drive my bicycle over here. I stop. I take a picture. In that picture, I post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks after, the shirt of the daughter of this mother and daughter was exactly on the same place. 2 weeks after,
Mm-hmm.
and it was her shirt on the same place 2 weeks before, 2 weeks later. That
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
for me is just amazing, and
Yeah. You're very connected to the people, and you can feel that you walk on a way, or you drive by bike in your example, where for a very long time people use this way and make similar experiences, and by this similar experiences you are connected. Yeah, and the people are very open. So you said that in 10 minutes
yeah,
you have a very good conversation, and in real life you need a long time to become in this way private to people.
yeah,
So the people are very open. They're really interested in you. They open their ears, but also their hearts to you. And this touched me from the beginning.
so on your first Camino, uh what you feel on that Camino, that when arriving Santiago or Muxia, or uh, when back home you decided I have to go back? What was the feeling that said to you, okay, this is really special, I have to do this more times?
Yeah. The first time when I arrived in San Diego, it was not so emotional, because the second, third, fourth, and fifth time was more emotional, because now I'm connected to the city.
Yeah,
But I became very emotional in Finisterre at the end of the world.
yeah,
So there was no possibility to walk. You're at the ocean. You can't swim. Yeah, you should, but and then at this point, uh, the tears came in my eyes and on my face, and I say, but I was happy. I was so proud I did this. I was proud to open myself to the people. I was proud that my whole body felt of pain, was full of pain. So, but in this moment, I decided to do the Camino again. So until this time, I thought I will do this one time, and this was my way. It's enough. Bye.
that's
But
amazing.
in this moment, I decided to do it again and again and again and again. And since this time, I walked 5,000 kilometers. So I'm addicted to the way. So, and step by
I,
step, step by step, I learned what the way is. And every time there is one little piece, I learn more about the way, the people, the culture, the history. And yes, it's great.
that's just amazing.
And yeah,
Do you know, the Camino's hard question, the next one? The Camino
yeah,
is full of these moments that we related to them all the way. That's really special, even magical moments that we can live on the Camino. Um, and I have some. But imagine that you could go back to your best moment on the Camino. Which moment you choose?
it was at my first Camino. It was a rainy day.
Yeah.
It was a cold day. I was really wet, and I didn't feel good. And I was in Alberg, and I said, oh, go to bed. My clothes have to become dry. What I'm doing here, I should be on a warm beach somewhere, and now I'm here in a alberg with 100 other people, and it's cold and wet, and what is this? And in this moment, a woman shouted out from a bathroom, George, Jörg, is this you? And this was Jessie from Hamburg, and I met her 3 weeks before on the Camino del Norte. And then she said, oh, it is 100 kilometers away that we stay in contact. And say, no, it's 200. And then we had to look in our books, and it was 300 or 400 kilometers we met the last time. So, and it was so magic. We talked about our experiences, and then we arrived together in Santiago.
Yeah, that's amazing.
3 days later, and it felt so good, because I thought I will never meet her again, never.
Yeah.
And then in this moment, and this was really, really magic. And this is 5 years ago, and we are friends. And this year, in the Corona times, it's hard. You don't know, can we travel to Spain or Portugal? We will do a little Camino tour in Germany. So
actually,
yeah, you really meet I met there good friends for life.
Yeah.
And this is magic for me.
Actually, that is my really next question. So I met some Spanish that you walk the Camino from Berlin to Santiago. And on your Facebook picture, you have a picture of the Camino in Germany. Tell us about the Camino over there in Germany.
Yes, but we have the ways,
Yeah.
but there are no people on the Caminos in Germany. So especially I live in East Germany. In the west part, there are also pilgrims, but in East Germany, last summer I walked 5 weeks from the northeast to the southwest in Germany, and I met 2 other persons, and only for some minutes. So it was really empty, and it's not the same atmosphere like in Spain or Portugal, because on the Portuguese way, on the Spanish way, Camino Frances, Camino del Norte, and some primitive way, it's very international.
Yeah.
In Germany, there are Germans. And sometimes in East Germany, when the people when they saw me and asked me, what are you doing here? And I say, oh, I'm walking to Santiago de Compostela. This is in Spain. They thought I'm crazy. What are you doing? So, and I say, yes, I do a pilgrimage. And in East Germany, they ask me, a pilgrimage? What's a pilgrimage? And I said to them, oh, it's a hiking tour, but it's more than a hiking tour. It's a spiritual way. Okay, good luck for you. So it's very, very different, the atmosphere than on the Iberian island. So, but the way it's nice in Germany, and I discover my own country that we have also a lot of nature, but we need more pilgrims.
Yeah. So please tell us about this.
Yes, this is my after my 10th Camino, I decided to write a book, because when I was one evening in Alberga on the primitive way, an Italian guy said to me, oh, you are a great storyteller. You have to write a book about your stories on Camino. So I was like, okay, I want to write a bit funny book, and this is Pilgerwahnsinn. It was published last year, and it's about my different ways on Camino del Norte, the primitive way, Camino Frances, Camino Inglés, Camino Portugués, Via Poliensis, Via de la Plata, and so on.
Yeah.
And one special story is it's in the middle in front of the Brandenburger Tor. It's my friend Seren Atesh. She is it's the on the top. The woman who has the book in her hand. Yes, she's a women rights activist, and she stands under state protection because there are extremists who want to kill her.
Yeah.
So the police was with us on the way.
Oh.
We walked on the Via Podiensis from Le Puy.
Le Puy, see. Yes.
Yeah, in France. And the police was around us to protect her. So this is also a part of my book. It's to walk a Camino with police protection, and it's very, very special. But it was also a good Camino. Very different to my other Caminos, but it was good. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And but only published in German. You have to translate it.
So, what are you thinking about next step?
I dream to. I want to stay for a very, very long time on Camino. So for several months to like you said, to walk, to be a volunteer, but I don't know when I can do this.
Yeah.
It's you have to decide what's about your job, how what's about the finances, how you can deal with the Corona situation. So I think this year I walk again in Germany on the way, but in West Germany where I can meet other pilgrims. Because the pilgrimage is not only the way, or it's not only the goal in Santiago de Compostela. The people are very important for me on the way. They are the pilgrims. The way without the pilgrims is not the way.
Definitely.
It's a hiking tour.
It's a hiking tour.
So you need yes. And so I want to do it in the so-called Mosel Camino.
Yeah.
It's a wine area. It's like the Rioja. It's the German Rioja. So there is the Spanish saying "No vino, no camino." Yes, but I dream to be again in Spain and Portugal, but I'm not sure if I can do it this year. So we will see.
So, did you ever think about take 1 month vacation and use 2 weeks to walk and the other 2 weeks to be a volunteer at an albergue?
Maybe, yes. I have never done this before, but maybe, yeah. It's at the moment I can't say what to do the next.
What to do, yeah.
But I think it's very important because the hospitalieros are an important part of the way to give back what you could make as an experience, and and that albergues could live, and you came in contact, but I have never done it before. So I talked last summer to a German hospitaliero in Germany. We have not so many albergues, but and her experience, she's a professional one for 20 years. And it was really interesting to talk to her because the last 20 years she came in contact with a lot of people in the same place, and the place changes by the people, and it's interesting. Yeah.
Do you know, I have one amazing story that's happened to me as hospitalero. Okay, like I said, on the Portuguese Camino, there are a lot of Germans. In May of 2019, I was there Friday as hospitalero in the early of May, on the first or second day of May, and in my albergue, we have 42 bunk beds, and in that day, I left inside of the albergue 58 pilgrims. it was a lot of, and for me as hospitalero, as a volunteer at an albergue, I like, and as a pilgrim, I can relate it most to the pilgrim's needs, and
Mhm.
I like to left some piece of me to each of these pilgrims. And when you have 15, 20, it's more easy. But when you are 58, it's almost impossible. Okay, and that was it. 3 months later, I was walking the Primitivo, and on to the last stage before reaching Santiago, uh, really nearby the airport, I was
Mhm.
walking fast. I wanted to arrive in Santiago. I was with some amazing pilgrims that I met on that Camino. My Camino family. They were the four of the three of them are from Spain. I'm Portuguese, but we made like friendship for life. It was really amazing that Camino,
Yeah.
and we are walking together. Pilgrims behind us, pilgrim in front of us, and suddenly nearby the airport, there's a Spanish pilgrim um, walking on the other way, walking towards San John, walking towards San John. And it was,
A ghost pilgrim.
yeah, it was, and I was walking, and he passes by me, and it looks really serious to me. And I,
Hmm.
and I just thought, what is going on? What is happening? So I walk like 10 meters, he walked 10 meters on the other way, and we look back. Both of us look back, and he just speaks to me. Are you Guilherme? It's my name. Yes, I am, but how did you know that? And suddenly it starts to run and give me a hug. This Spanish pilgrim, for you to understand, this Spanish pilgrim, he was there with me on that day 3 months ago,
Ah, great, great.
and
Yeah,
I met him. I met him 3 months later on the Camino.
yes, yes. And you were the central person in the albergue, and now, yeah,
But I
cool.
but
Yeah,
I couldn't remember him. But he
yeah,
remembered me.
yeah, but you had 58 people.
Yeah,
Here, I remember one person. So, yeah,
that was just for me. It was amazing.
yeah.
It was outstanding. Um, so York, we are almost finishing here, but the last two questions. First,
Mhm.
uh, what would you say to a person that never walked the Jakowsweg?
Do it. It's the biggest adventure you can do, and you will discover yourself.
Good advice. Good advice. So now, let me see if you can understand me. So when you think on the Camino, when you talks about the Camino, when you write about the Camino, what your eyes are saying right now, right in that moment.
What they are saying?
Yeah,
They were shining like a star, and say, do it. Feel free and do what you feel. It's the right way you can do.
that's amazing. Joch, thank you so much for doing this. Me, I hope you like it. Our conversation. For me, it was amazing. Thank you for sharing. I want you to know that you have a friend in me, and when you please, you can be free to walk to Portugal, to travel to Portugal or Spain or wherever. If you are in Santiago, I really near by Santiago. I really 200 kilometers from Santiago, so it's easy for me to in 2 hours I am there. So to be there to you to give you a thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the possibility, and it's a great project.
Yeah, thank you.
I will follow the other stories from now, so it's even I cannot walk the way at the moment. It's fantastic to listen to the people who talked about Camino.
Yeah, and believe me, if you understand more Spanish, but yesterday, no, today, I was talking to this Australian old guy. He has almost 19 years old, and he started to walk the Camino with 74 years. And for you to understand, I was crying all the conversation. He just has these amazing stories that you can never imagine how they are special. Yesterday
Okay.
was really special. It was really amazing,
Oh.
and the stories that I heard from the pilgrims are just outstanding. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Dankeschön.
too. Then have a
Dankeschön.
nice evening.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye.